Gokigenyo, Wade Willis here to break down episode 21 of Higurashi Go. Again, this is another one of those, so many things were answered, but now we have even more questions, and I think this opened up even more theories than from before in the previous episode, I think. And most of you guys know, if you've watched my videos for these analysis videos, I'm going to break down the episode, get into some things that I thought were very important, kind of review certain things in the episode, and then and the second part is going to be more of theories and predictions and stuff. It's just a bunch of stuff. A lot of it's some things that you guys have said in the comments in my reaction video, and yeah, the ones that I think are interesting are kind of put in there, and then some of them are just my weird theories that I have myself. And yeah, guys, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'm doing a lot of stuff on the When They Cry series as a whole. I do these reaction and analysis videos. I have my Umineko playthrough, so check that out if you guys are into the When They Cry series or want to get more into it. And yeah, let's get into the episode. We start off the episode with Satoko speaking to, a lot of us think that it's feathering. Ryokishi7 said that it's not, but he's kind of known for lying to us in interviews, so, I mean, she's wearing, the same shit that feathering wears, looks very similar, has, the sash thing. I mean, can't get much closer. Now, could it be a different iteration and stuff? I don't know. We'll get more into some of that stuff later on, but they're having a discussion, and she keeps calling Satoko, all these different names. I don't know how to pronounce this, right? I think the name's Sire Win, and he actually broke down, in my comments, what the different names meant that he was, that feathering, I'm just going to refer to her as feathering because I don't have another name for her right now, was calling Satoko, and almost all of them had roots that referred to Lambda Delta, who is a witch in Umineko, and also some ties to characters from Siconia. And if I pronounce that wrong, let me know, guys. I have not played or read that visual novel. As you guys know, I'm doing the Umineko right now. I'll get to that when I finish Umineko. And the one that really stuck out to me was the anomalous spine cord specimen. And Feathering is kind of talking to Satoko, and she's like, yeah, I can see all this pain that you're going through and what you wish to be changed. And I have an option for you to be able to do that. It's impossible when you are a child of man like you are right now. But you can have my abilities that will allow you to change what you want. And Satoko's just like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I want it. If you can do it, give it to me now. And so, she says this, and then Satoko really realizes there's no such thing as a free lunch. And that's, a common thing with, witches so far that I could see in Umineko and just the When They Cry series overall. Says that she wants this, doesn't really know what the specifications are that are the terms for payment. And yeah, like I said, no such thing as a free lunch. Feathering's yeah, I got your back. And that is explaining, yeah, you're going to have this ability to loop, and yeah, the only thing you have to do to go back is you have to die. And Satoko's like, wait, what? That is not what I signed up for. And so she realized, oh, I'm going to have to die. And then Feathering's like, oh, and for the payment, don't even worry about it. As long as I'm entertained, that's all I want for payment. I'm a bit alarmed if you're just oh, I got this sweet ability. Oh, you're only going to have to kill yourself or be killed to utilize it every time. And yeah, good luck. I would be extremely alarmed. It was awesome. We got to see a lot of changes in the opening, and I'm pretty sure they did not start till this week. We do see there used to be that bear in the opening on the desk, and now it's the box that was supposed to have the punch thing that ended up being the bear. Tons of really cool changes in it, and I was really excited just to see the little like Easter egg things and little hints of what we may have in the future for this season, what's left of it. So, after her meeting with Feathery, she is transported back to June 10th, 1983, and it's like, wow, that is unfortunate. And she's given her memories too, so like that ability really is kind of pointless. The like return by death um, looping ability, if you can't actually remember and learn from each loop. So she is given the ability to remember. She's remembering things from the past. Moving forward, eventually we get to the point where Rika does admit to Satoko that she wants to go to St. Lucia, like study for this thing. Satoko is not about it. And then Rika says, okay, well, I'm going to do it regardless. They're kind of at a crossroads. Then Satoko agrees to do it. But then she has the plans of, oh, I'm going to like agree to do it, but then I'm just going to try to sabotage you by you having no energy to even study. Then she finally like agrees to studying and doing all that stuff. Kind of says like, hey, I'm worried about you just becoming all popular. I won't be able to make friends. Um, and I'm going to be by myself, and it's going to be too hard for me after getting into the school. I won't be able to push myself to do well in the actual academy. And Rika agrees to, like, basically how I'm remembering two things. One, like, okay, I'm not going to let you, like, be all alone. Um, and then the other thing, like, okay, if you fail, like, if you're having trouble, like, I'm gonna be there to help you, and I can help you study and do better. And Satoko agrees to it. They get into school, and then a lot of stuff is skipped here. And I think an important like theme right now in this loop is that Stoko's not really like the most reliable of narrators. And here's another thing. Okay, it seems to me like Satoko did not apply herself yet again in this loop. Okay, she retains her memories, correct? Because she's remembering everything. She didn't remember a single math formula that would be useful. Like, she's going through all these things a second time. If she kind of tried or just tried as hard as the previous time, or even a little less, she's learned a bunch of this shit before. She should have been able to do it. And that like makes me kind of feel like Satoko was just going through this whole thing waiting for Rika to let her down, as opposed to like, hey, let me also grow in this situation and like try to be better. She doesn't see how anything that she's doing wrong is wrong. I know a lot of people really like Satoko, and yes, she's gone through trauma, and a ton of people have like really like her character and relate to her character. I got it, and yes, I agree that Rika could do things better, but when we're looking at like, oh, both people are at fault in this relationship going this way, sure, okay, but one person in it uh, ends up killing the other one and killing herself to go bring the other person into a world they didn't want to go into and potentially forever loop in it. Whereas you're in this high school, you have 3 years of it kind of being bullshit instead of perhaps infinity of living in this Hanimazawa syndrome shitstorm that they just got out of. So, I mean, yes, Rika like acts all bougie and shit, and kind of full of herself and very popular in the school, and Satoko's kind of left alone. Okay, like, you got like, what, 2 more years? Maybe 3, whatever. If she actually tried in school, she would have been fine. All of these loops are happening because of Satoko. I think we can establish that. the punishment does not fit the crime of Rika kind of growing and developing and not holding Satoko's hand through everything. And I know you guys are gonna go at me in the comments. Go ahead. I understand. I love discussing this, but I am very opinionated on this. Like, I see where you're coming from with the faults in Rika, but it's not comparable at all, in my opinion, when you compare one to like letting someone feel isolated. Um, and like, I feel like a lot of people are dismissing the fact that Rika, the trauma that she went through is so horrific. Like over 100 years of like seeing all your friends go crazy and kill each other over and over again, and you remember all of it. That is horrific, and I just don't think people really grasp like, maybe we should give Rika a free pass of wanting to become like kind of a different person and get as far away from Hanimazawa as possible. I don't know. I don't think it's that crazy for her to want. And yeah, I mean, I get she could be more polite and try to have helped Satoko more, but I mean, give the girl a break. I guess my other issue with like the murdering of Rika, it was unnecessary since all Satoko needs to do to restart a loop is kill herself. So she like killed Rika just to kill Rika. That was not needed for her to actually loop, to my knowledge, because they just said Satoko needs to die, I believe. So now I'm getting into the theories and predictions part, and guys, it's going to be a bit all over the place, not going to lie. I want to branch off of the anomalous spinal cord specimen thing, and that kind of like triggered something with me a little bit in my head. I'm like, okay, maybe there's a whole other science aspect in here. Takano, she has in the original Higurashi the 34, which is Lambda Delta. There's all these ties with Takano and Lambda Delta. Again, I don't know all of them because I have not. Apparently, there's stuff in Umineko too, but just with regard to Higurashi, we do know that there is that kind of tie there. And Takano is very science driven. She's doing the experiments on the Hanimazawa syndrome. That made me think when she's talking about the specimen thing. Satoko's been taking tons of like medicine and stuff this whole time. Maybe she's been an experiment this whole time, and maybe she actually is Lambda Delta, and the drugs they were using on her were suppressing some of her abilities. I don't know. I think that's a bit of a stretch. I know last week I kind of talked about Satoshi, and some people said that, well, he was level 5, and that's why he maybe is still in a coma. What if he's really in a coma or in a like vegetated state because they are just doing experiments on him, and maybe he was possessed by something and they're monitoring him, doing all this stuff? I think that would make like pretty logical sense. And the fact that he still has not been brought into this story and we know he's out there, why? Like, he is going to be super relevant at the end of this season. I am very sure. If he isn't, you guys can comment when we get to the end and make fun of me for it, but I feel very confident that he is going to play a major role in some way. Either we find out more about like a crazy thing that's going on and he's like the subject of it, or he's gonna like save the day or ruin the day. Kind of with regard to the science thing, or and kind of with regard to the Lambda Delta thing, again, these theories are just me throwing shit at the wall. There, I could see that Satoko actually like is an iteration of Lambda Delta, perhaps, and like has lost all her memories. I've heard some people say that they think Hanyu is Feathering, but in an entity that Feathering has lost her memory. we could have something interesting there. I feel like Reina is gonna have to play a major role in this. To me, like the most minor character in all of Go, I could totally see that Reina is actually Lambda Delta, and that's a whole that adds like another a wrinkle into the story. I kind of feel like we're gonna have to have another like witch or entity. Maybe maybe Takano is Lambda Delta. That actually makes more sense since we know the 34 thing. Maybe it really is Takano, and Takano is going to have a redemption arc. I think that would be incredibly interesting. I do think Reina is going to be extremely important though because, and this is like something silly, but she is the only character that there is like figures being made for this new season, and she's been the least kind of important person this season. And I know she's very popular, but you would think if she's going to be a very minor character, you would probably be doing like figures of like Rika or Mion or somebody like that. I know that cleaver, like her with the cleaver, is pretty timeless, so I get it. But I feel like they wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, she's popular. Let's do these figures of her and like not have her be important and Go at all. I think the next episode will for sure just show all of it'll speed run all of these loops that happened in the beginning of Go, and just we'll see it from Satoko's eyes. I think that's pretty an kind of an obvious prediction. I assume everyone is probably thinking that, um, which will answer a lot of our questions because after next episode, there's only going to be two left, which I don't get how they're going to be able to finish things like in 3 episodes, I believe. That's just there's a lot left to do. Um, my dream would be they're gonna do Umineko next, and then have like a tie-in. This will like tease some tie-in between the two. Maybe they have like a hybrid show of them. I kind of feel like this is setting up maybe a Syconia series. That is the newest one. They haven't come out with the second part of the visual novel yet, to my knowledge. Maybe they have just recently, but I know it was delayed. And there were a lot of references to that with feathering in this last episode, so I could see them actually just like, no, I know you guys wanted Umineko, you're not getting it. We're going to do this, and then maybe someday we'll get back to Umineko. So, I don't know. I kind of could see. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually have a Syconia one. And guys, this is this is definitely my favorite prediction I saw today, and it's that they'll actually like end the season with a with feathering and a swimsuit, just to like subvert everyone's expectations. And this is my favorite comment I got today. But yeah, guys, I'd love to hear your theories. Um, uh, I know like a lot of you disagree with me. Go ahead, let me know. If you have theories and it's like a spoiler for Umineko or Syconia, let me know in the comments and other people know, because I'm not going to read those comments. If it isn't a spoiler, then I will read it in comment. But yeah, I'm going through Umineko. I plan on going through Syconia after that. So yeah, it'd be sweet if you guys didn't spoil. But this is I look forward to Thursdays every week because the discussions are like super fun. Sometimes they get heated in the comments, but it's all in good fun, and everyone's like pretty respectful in there. So yeah, let's just keep it going, and love to hear your guys' thoughts. And I was also thinking if any of you guys who like watch my videos also like do a YouTube channel. If you wanted to do like after the series is over, we could do like a live discussion thing. I'd be totally open to that. So let me know in the comments if that's something you would be interested in. But I think that could be pretty fun to kind of have that discussion after at the end. Maybe we could do the episode before too. I don't know. We could see. But let me know in the comments below if that's something one or like many of you would be interested in, and we can kind of like figure out the details from there. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching.